Before we begin, if this story disturbs you or makes you question what's possible, give it a like. If you've ever heard something like this before, tell us in the comments. And if you're ready for more true horror stories the world tried to forget, subscribe to the Forgotten Gospel. What if you opened your eyes and realized you were lying in your own coffin? What if you could hear your mother crying, your father's voice trembling, but you couldn't move a muscle to tell them you're still alive? This is not fiction. This is not a legend. This happened in Brazil in 1993 to a girl named Paula de Souza. She was 16 years old, quiet, kind, the kind of girl who helped her mother prepare lunch and prayed every night before bed. Her dream was to become a teacher, just a normal girl in a normal town, until March 25th. That morning, Paula complained of a sharp pain behind her eyes. She said her chest felt heavy. Her mother gave her a herbal remedy, thinking it was just a fever. But by dinner time, Paula collapsed. Her body seized, then went limp. There was no ambulance in her rural village. A neighbor drove her to the nearest clinic in the back of a pickup truck. By the time they arrived, Paula had no heartbeat, no breath, no pulse. The clinic doctor, undertrained and overwhelmed, declared her dead. Time of death, 8:42 p.m. Cause, sudden cardiac arrest. Her family was devastated. Her mother screamed until her voice cracked. Her father collapsed in silence. The neighbors helped prepare the body for burial. Paula was laid in a white gown, the same one she wore for her confirmation. The wake was held in the family's home. As the guests arrived, they whispered prayers. Some left flowers, others wept in silence. But in the midst of grief, no one noticed the subtle signs. A twitch in her finger, a small tear sliding from the corner of her eye, her lips almost imperceptibly parted. Her aunt leaned in, placing a trembling kiss on Paula's forehead, and that's when Paula's eyes snapped open. Gasps filled the room. Her body jolted, and she let out a hoarse, shallow whisper. I could hear everything. The wake turned into chaos. Some believed it was a miracle. Others were convinced it was a curse. People ran, screamed. One woman fainted. A local priest was rushed in to perform emergency prayers. Paula was immediately taken to a hospital in the nearby city. Doctors there diagnosed her with catalepsy, a rare condition that mimics death. Muscles freeze, breathing becomes shallow. Even medical equipment can sometimes miss it. But it wasn't just a medical anomaly. Paula remembered everything. She said she heard her mother refuse to talk about what happened. She stopped laughing, stopped smiling, and eventually stopped speaking altogether. She'd sit for hours, staring blankly at the walls, sometimes murmuring things under her breath. Her parents took her to priests, psychologists, shamans. No one could bring back the old Paula. Newspapers covered it briefly, but as quickly as it appeared, the story vanished. Some say local authorities tried to suppress it, to avoid panic or embarrassment, and then she vanished too. 10 years after her resurrection, Paula left home and was never seen again. Some say she joined a convent in the mountains, living in silence with nuns. Others believe she didn't come back alone, that something crossed over with her. To this day, no one knows where Paula de Souza is, but her story still haunts those who were there. She was buried, she was awake, and no one heard her scream. If this story gave you chills, like this video, and tell us in the comments. Do you believe the line between life and death is thinner than we think? And for more real horror stories that history tried to erase, subscribe to the Forgotten Gospel.